Well, hello there, and a very warm welcome. Thank you for joining me on another exciting and, of course, insightful episode of Exclusive. Now, more than 720 million women in the world got married before the age of 18. And one in five women in the past 12 months have experienced some form of physical or sexual violence. And we have only 23.7% of women representation in political offices. That if we get more women empowered through education, awareness, literacy, and of course training, this narrative can and will change. Now, here's a quote. I do not care that women have more power over men, but I do care that women have more power over themselves. This is a quote by American writer Mary Wollstonecraft. I hope I got that right. And the goal is not to put women over men, but to get women aware of themselves and their potentials, and for us to also know that if our decision is to take on prominent roles in the society, we can. Girls and women continue to face significant challenges all around the world. Women are typically underrepresented in power and decision making roles. And now, empowering a woman is paramount in changing the societal narratives of the role of women. Women are much more and need to achieve their full potentials. It is on these grounds and belief that my guest will be speaking to us on how to get women living their full potentials and seeing the societal change women can bring when they are empowered. Of course, my name is Chinonso Chakras, and you'll meet my guest right after the break. Just stay tuned. Welcome back. So, my guest today is a passionate advocate for women's empowerment. She is acclaimed for wanting to see women grow and not just survive, but as well thrive. She is the CEO of Vima Glide Limited, also the project manager of Young Ladies in Business. And after 9 years of thriving in corporate world, Ojia Victoria Oguche quit her job to follow on her passion as an entrepreneur and social activist. She is a member of the Forbes BLK community. I got that right? The Forbes BLK community. Thank you so much for coming on today, Victoria.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to all that you're going to dish to us today. But of course, before we go into this, as is what we should be practicing now, especially in the economic realities of Nigeria, let us check on ourselves. How are you doing?
That's a very important question. I rarely get that. I rarely get people who sincerely ask me how I am doing. Everybody just wants solution. They don't care if you're going under pressure as well. So yes, I'm fine. We're pushing.
We're pushing. We're thriving. We're not
thriving.
Just surviving.
We're
thriving. That's very, very important. Once again, thank you for being my guest today on Exclusive. Yes. So do make sure to stick around because she's got a lot to tell us and fill us in today. So our conversation today, of course, like my introduction, we're talking about women empowerment. Absolutely. And of course the role of women in the society. And I'm going to start from a point, right, that I argue with a lot.
Okay.
We hear so much about women empowerment, equality, we need a women's right and all of that. But I'll start by asking you, do you think that as a woman, coming into the world as a woman, that already sets you on a disadvantage?
Well, I wouldn't agree to that. I'm going to use myself as an example. I do not limit myself with the gender stereotype or bias. I just capitalize on my expertise, my skills, and the things I have to offer, because that is exactly what you need to set you apart, regardless of your gender. So being a woman does not limit you or automatically set you behind in terms of the race of life with other genders. Or it just depends on how well you've equipped yourself, where you're coming from, and your vision in life.
Okay, so then why then do we then say women need to be empowered? Because if what you're saying, if I get what you're saying correct, there's no limitation from being a woman and being a man and achieving goals and dreams, right?
Yes.
And of course impacting society. So why then do we need to empower women? Okay, let's start by, for the benefit of those who may not understand, what does it mean to empower a woman?
Okay, women empowerment basically just mean supporting a woman, grooming them, and giving them an avenue to flourish in all areas and career of life. Providing um, grants, providing workshop trainings, mentorship programs, and just giving them a space to thrive in the society. So that's just what women empowerment surrounds itself around.
Okay, so that means that somewhere along the line in our history, if we all came in, it means we lost that at some point.
Absolutely.
So the move now is for us to get back there.
Yes, exactly. There's a quote that says women are not powerful, but women are not as powerful as men. Women are more powerful than men.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I think it's just a generation where we are coming into realization of who we truly are, and our roles and impacts that we should leverage on and take charge of.
Roles and impact of women. So can you outline to us a few of those roles? First of all, that you think women should be. And maybe, and probably we don't find a lot of women there. Is in political roles and all of that.
Yes, women by nature are a peacemaker. Yes, because by nature, God has made us mothers. God has made us leaders of our home, even though the men are the head of the family. But the women are the true managers of a home. So imagine a woman bringing all that motherly instinct into her businesses, into the political affair, into her office, into her organization. It's automatically easy for her because she knows how to relate. She probably have 3 to 4 children. She knows how to balance it all. She knows their weaknesses and their strengths. So a woman is more advantaged in any area of life because she's an automatic manager from her home.
You called it motherly instinct. So if they are motherly instincts, do they come out in those kinds of environments?
Yes, they do. They do, absolutely. Because, being a mother, it just automatically makes you empathetic. It makes you patient. And it makes you very devoted. And these are basic skills that you need as a leader or in any workplace of life you find yourself. Because you need to be devoted. You need to be honest. You need to be straightforward. So these skills, it's just that we just look at it as, when a woman wakes up in the morning, she already has her activities lined up in her head. She already knows, I've got to do school runs. I'm going to come back. I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to drop this. I'm going to fix this. Or before dinner, she already knows what will happen the whole day. So as a woman, bringing that into your place of work is an advantage because you, by nature, you already planned out the whole office. You probably even planned out a week. What will happen the whole week in the office? You already have your schedule on. Oh, I want this. I'm going to file this today. I'm going to submit this tomorrow. I'm going to report. It's easy for you. Even though men do that too, but it comes easily for a woman.
For a woman,
yes, because that is what we do every day, with or without the office area. We do that every time, and every given space we find ourselves.
So it's just easier to just come and replicate what you do as an
but
instinct.
a more professional level now. In a more professional level,
Okay, so you're talking about a more professional level. And this brings me to the question of women finding a work-life balance. It seems to be a struggle because there are a lot of books that are out there trying to tell, for working women, making your life easier and all of that. We don't find that for the men. Right? And then let me start this question by asking, how do we want women to balance their life?
This is a very strong but important question. For me, I say this every time. In fact, I have an event coming up and I am sure to highlight on this point. I say this all the time. If you're a woman and God has helped you, you have career for yourself, you have something going or a business or something that you're doing to, aside being a mother and a wife, If you have a means to make your work easier, please do that, because there's no reward for the person who, what's the words? For the person who suffered the most.
Yeah.
Yes. So, for instance, what am I trying to say? If you are a woman that has to be in the office, you have meetings, you have executive meetings, you have places to travel to, you have things and jobs to attend to, and then you can pay for somebody to wash your clothes, please pay for them to wash your clothes.
So that helps us.
It helps you save time. Yes, it helps you save time, because you cannot attend meetings, close, get home late, and then you're trying to wash your clothes, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. I am not promoting laziness. I am not promoting laziness. But what I'm trying to say is that there are things that you can venture into. There are ideas, there are steps you can take. There are people who can be available to help you sort out one or two things while you make out time for other important career life projects. Please do that. It helps you. You cannot be perfect. As a woman, you can't get it all. The reason why it seems like it is easy for men to get things is because they are not held down in the house.
Okay.
A man just wakes up, takes his bath, and then leaves for work. But no, a woman will wake up, a woman will clean the house, a woman will make provision for breakfast, lunch, and dinner before she leaves the house. A woman will do a lot before she still goes to join a man in the same workplace. Yes. So if you have other means, thank God, technology has made life easy for us. If you have a washing machine, my sister, use your washing machine. It saves you more time. When you get home from work, the washing machine is doing the laundry, you're attending to the kids, you're doing other things. So if you have things that can make life easy for you, please do it. I am not encouraging laziness, but there are ways life has given us so much wisdom to make the life that which we live in easier for us. So it is very important for women to embrace it. Our mothers used to tell us that, how would you be a wife? You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to do this. But there are some really wealthy men and really wealthy couples who sit down, the both spouse sit down and order the chef for what they want for dinner. Are you saying they're not living their life?
Thriving.
And the family is still happy. Are you saying they're not living their life? They are. So I think it's a matter of mentality that we as women must break out of if we must balance life and work.
I like when you said that there is no reward for the most hardworking. The mom who uses her hands to do everything, this is your reward. There's
the mom who uses her hand to wash and the one who uses a washing machine to wash are all
equally
moms.
moms and loving moms.
Loving moms. Yes.
Okay, you said that a woman who wakes up and does all of these things and still has to go to work to meet a man. Yes. So now, I'm assuming that men, for some reason, let me try to be objective, we also have men who do some homely roles and still go to work, right? Thumbs up to men as such. Yes. So I'm driving at efficiency right now. We have a lot of women who are clamoring for equality in the workplace. And this is specifically on finances, the pays that women get. Now, you've mentioned all of these things, and there's a whole lot more that we encounter as women. I'm trying not to call them disadvantages or setbacks, but there are things that nature, we struggle with a lot of emotions, we struggle with all of that. And how does that affect our efficiency in the place of work in relation to us still clamoring for equality?
That is why it is very important for women to constantly be re-educated. There is a saying that illiterates are not those that didn't go to school. They are those that refuse to learn, relearn, and unlearn. So for efficient results in your place of work and constant move towards greatness, a woman must constantly know how to handle her emotions, knows what works best for her family, be empowered mentally. Empowerment is not all about finances, giving women money. Yes, you can empower them to know who they are. You can empower them to take right decision, make right choices, and impact even in the next generation. So it is important for women to constantly empower ourselves. In fact, as human beings, it is important to constantly empower yourself and improve in every areas of life, and learn and apply, and then take some certification courses and do some things, learn something new, go with the flow and the need to for change. So it is important for women to constantly engage, participate, and involve in summits, conferences, online Zoom meetings, things that will constantly remind them of who they are and their roles and how to be better. Because whether a man or a woman, it takes constant effort to be who you are and get to where you're going to. So it's not just limited to a woman alone, but a woman needs to constantly remind herself. Especially, I am very specific about my association because I know my association will influence me. So it is important for a woman to keep the right circle. It helps her to stay focused. It helps her to balance work life. It helps her to just see her vision and know her goals.
So I was going to ask you if, because you're talking about constantly building yourself, so that means probably for us women, that doesn't come naturally for us. We have to intentionally build ourselves. Yes, I know that you're working on a lot. You're not just talking. You're also doing stuff to empower women, empower girls. And we're going to be talking extensively and more detailed on that. There's so much to talk about the conversation of empowering women. We cannot exhaust it in this time. But after the break, when we return, you will let us in on the things that your organization and you yourself are doing to empower women and see that women thrive in the society. Yes, I'm still in conversation with Gloria Ojia-Okwoche, and the conversation will continue right after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. This is still exclusive, and of course, I am still Chinonso Checkers, and I'm still in conversation with Victoria Ojia. Yes, before we went on the break, I said we were going to ask you questions on the things that you're doing to empower women. But one very critical question I want to ask before we go into that, which I think we should begin to place focus on, is because it's about how to get out of the mold of stereotyping women. Right? So what role do you think that our culture, religion plays in putting women down? And briefly, how can we begin to step out of that if we can?
Okay, so my pastor said something. He said, leaders should be very careful on the things they say to their followers, because they can leave a lasting impact on generations and generations after. So a lot of people for some reason, our forefathers have coined the religion and personal belief into one. And these are two separate things. You can believe in a thing, and religion stands its ground on a thing. Now, is it important for us to have somebody that we adore, have a God that we worship? Yes. Some religion have made it really difficult for women by restricting them, by making them feel like they're less than a man. Now, I'll give you a quick story where my former place of work, my boss's wife, I was take her to the hospital. She loves me so much and she wants me to always accompany her. So I took her to the hospital, and she's very shy, and she was like, no, she doesn't want a male doctor, she wants a female doctor. I was like, okay. So I was running around the hospital to ensure that there was a female doctor to attend to her. And it just occurred to me that, so for these religions, tribes, and tradition that say women should not go to school and become anything, how do such religion and how do some people
happened in that instance?
What would have happened in that instance if you say a woman should not go to school? Then 25 years later, you want a woman doctor to attend to you. How is it possible if they didn't go to school? So I just sat down, I just smiled, and I said, indeed, it is very important to constantly review what we believe in and what we stand for, because it will make or make the next generation. So it is very important to allow women. Of course, the society know clearly the things that a woman should not do, but do not hide under the umbrella of society and tie down a woman's destiny. It is very wrong. And people feel like marriage is a woman's destiny. I say it all the time. Marriage is not destiny. Marriage is just a part of
it's
life.
Part of the pie.
Yes, it's a part of this. So in fact, it's just one out of so many things that your life entails. You know, so it is not the whole of your destiny. That's why you find that a lot of women get married and they're like, what next? They're confused. They don't know what next to do. They don't know where to go. But a woman with a vision, marriage does not stop them. Marriage is just an addition, a continuation, something like another bag they need to carry in this journey of life.
Yes. So a woman is first a woman.
Yes.
Who needs to identify, if need be, that she has a purpose and
in life.
Yes. And not just being because there's a lot we put on marriage as an achievement.
Yes.
And we need to begin to, is it good? Is marriage good? Marriage
beautiful.
Is wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, but there's a lot that we have to. So
and let's pressure.
Yeah. Yes. So let's go into the things that you are doing to empower women. What is I know we've had this conversation where you talk about the Connect Her. Please just run us through that and what your organization is doing to empower women.
Okay, so there's this initiative called Connect Her Network Summits. My company, in partnership with Pan Africa Chamber for Culture, Trade and Investments, and also in partnership with the AU Agenda 2063 Assembly. This initiative is solemnly to give women a global platform, you know, for international networking and empowerment, mentorship, and training purposes. You know, so this training is going to help women see who they are, you know, by listening to other women who have succeeded and is still doing something for themselves, so that they can believe in themselves and know that they have so much to offer. And women who are already doing something will come, we empower them, will, you know, give them some fund grants, you know, to help their businesses and whatever dream they choose to work on, you know. And yes, basically that's it. It's just an initiative where we want to, I know there are a lot of initiatives like this, but you cannot, the role of initiatives like this cannot be overemphasized.
Yeah.
You know, so Connect Her is just there to indeed connect, like the name sound, connect women to themselves, because it helps you grow better and faster. If you sell a particular product and you are giving an audience to pitch out what you sell, there's no way you not get one or two customers that will patronize you from there. So it's just a place where we would come in as a family, no matter who you are, you know, see ourselves as one. It doesn't matter your ranking in the society. Everybody comes in humility for the sake of women empowerment.
So is that a criteria for women who can attend this? Because and then please let me get you right. You're saying connect women to other women. So
Yes.
Is it only women that other women are going to come to learn from, or do we have the other gender coming into where we can learn
we
from?
have the other gender coming in. You know, we men who stand for the he for she, men who don't stereotype women, men who have done so much in bringing women, raising women, and empowering them. You know, so those men will be available as well to pitch in one or two things, and also to give women global visibility.
How can women be a part of this? How can women find it? Because I know a lot of women. I hope it's open for people like me to come.
Yes,
because I would love to come and pitch ideas if I'm giving a girl. So how can people find the Thrive initiative?
It is open for women in general from all walks of life. Whether you're selling a car or you're a big woman in the office, you know, from every area of life, from every angle of life, every perspective, we bring in women. It is open to everybody. The registration link is on our social media platforms. You can follow me to know more, or follow the initiative or Pan Africa. It's everywhere. You know, you can register following the link that's on the our Instagram page. And then, yeah, that's all. The program is on 29th of August 2024, and the venue is at Army Resource Center at Sokoro. It promises to be power pack, wonderful event. It's insightful, and in fact, this is not my first time of handling shows like this, so I am very, very sure and excited about this one, because I know that we've put in so much work
Okay.
to make sure that
This
everybody learns something and
something-
goes home with something tangible.
This is not the first time you're doing something like this.
No.
So when have you done something, and what has been the success record that you have from the past events?
I've been part of a few women initiative, but in recent times, I was a project manager for Ulibus, Young Ladies in Business. It was held in Chandelier Hotel in Abuja. It was a power pack event, and I was so happy and grateful to be part of the setup from the planning and the execution stage of the event. And it was very insightful. Even that I was part of the people that hosted the event, I learned so much, and I was like, wow, I met women on another level.
Oh,
yes,
great.
And I connected as well. And that initiative, that opportunity, that event bettered Connect Her Summit.
Oh, great.
So yes, it was wonderful
So
and successful.
if this that hopes and plans to be great and impactful was better from Ulibus, so we can say that event was a success. So
Ulibus
we're looking forward to what this Rise and Thrive is going to birth also. Yes, so I'm sure that our viewers would find a way to connect with you. But I have a question that is depending on from something you said earlier, and I just want to ask you this. We're talking women empowerment. What's your take on women who want to relax and be taken care of? Are they?
Well, I read a saying that some people work, how was it? Okay, some people work and buy a car. Some people win a car. So whatever you have chosen, if you want to work and buy a car for yourself, good. If you want to sit down and win it like a beauty queen, good. But it's very important for a woman to find her purpose and be very meaningful to herself and to the society, because that is the first point of call for your child. That is the first thing your child will see. That is exactly where they will drive their strength from. The child will see how far their mother has gone. What is my mother doing? What impact is my mother bringing? And children are very close to their mother. From the whole pregnancy and birth thing, there's that connection that nature has given us advantage of. So why not take advantage and prove to your child? It's not, children learn more from what they see rather than what you ask them to do. So if not for anything, for the sake of your children, stand up and be meaningful to yourself. Do something, show them that there is dignity in labor.
Because you also have your male children watching you. You have your female children watching you.
Exactly. And this is even very helpful, because if our mothers were very busy, they were not sitting down at 24 hours, our husbands will not say, my mother used to.
Oh, yeah, because they throw that a lot.
They throw that a lot. My mother used to. That's because the only thing they see their mother do is sit at home and cook. So they thought that is the only role that a woman can play. But no, we all know that women can play very vital roles that will even help not just the marriage, but the man.
All right, lastly, in 30 seconds, if you can, are women getting enough support, or should we begin to get more support from the society and the men in our lives?
Well, I wouldn't say women are getting more support. We're not getting the support that we need. So men should do more. Even men in their places of work, you don't have to victimize a woman to help her. That is another way you can support a woman. If they truly deserve and earn whatever you have, give it to them. Women and men in all forces of life, from our pastors to our husbands it is important that we support a woman in every little way that we can.
All right. Thank you so much, Victoria Ojia. And like I know I would fondly call you Kiki. I've been tempted to do that a lot, so let me just do that right now. Thank you so much, Kiki, for coming on the show. Thank you for coming and being my guest on Tuesday. I know that we'll have this conversation again, because there is so much to talk about that we cannot exhaust in the time that we have.
I agree.
All right. So thank you so much also for sticking with me through this episode of Exclusive, and I hope it was insightful and educative. Please do try to support the women in your life, the women in your society. Do everything that you can as much as possible to help a woman who needs your help. But one thing I would drop, which is most important, is that just know that women also merit this. We're not just asking for it because we just want to be women. We're what every onion slice that we are, and trust us, we can prove that to you. Thank you so much for sticking around till the very end of Exclusive. Until I come your way again, have a very great time, and I remain Chinonso Chekwas. Have a good day.